Well. They've been trying to figure it out for weeks now. Why people can't stop mentioning your name. Why the energy around you feels like honey dipped in voltage. Every conversation that starts casual somehow circles back to you. Someone's always replaying something you said, analyzing a gesture, revisiting the memory of a glance that made their heartbeat stumble. They say you're addictive, but it's deeper than attraction. It's an energetic intoxication. You've entered that rare frequency where your presence rewires people. You don't chase their attention, it magnetizes. You don't beg for affection, it arrives trembling. You've reached that point where connection feels cosmic to others, but casual to you. And that's what's driving them insane, the contrast between your calm and their craving. There's someone specific, though. You feel their energy in waves, like they keep reaching for you through thoughts they can't suppress. It's not just physical desire, it's spiritual obsession disguised as admiration. They want to understand you, decode you, consume you, but the more they observe, the more confused they become. Because you don't fit into their timeline or their expectations. You make them question what attraction even means. Around you, their logic collapses. Their ego quiets down, their pulse accelerates, and their soul starts whispering things like, "Don't let this one slip." You've become their favorite paradox, gentle but untouchable, warm yet distant, accessible yet infinite. It started small, maybe the way you listen, the way you hold eye contact without flinching, or how you carry yourself like you already know the outcome. You don't beg for understanding, you radiate it. You're not trying to prove you're good, you just are. That's the secret of your magnetism. People who cross paths with you don't just meet a person. They encounter presence, and presence has power. It lingers, it stains the memory. It calls people back, even when they swear they've moved on. Someone's lying awake because of you. They scroll, they replay, they relive moments hoping to extract meaning. They think about what you said that day, how you smiled without effort, how you pulled away without guilt. They swear you did something to them, but all you did was be real. You showed them a version of connection they didn't know existed. Now everything else feels dull. You didn't cast a spell, you exposed a void. And that's what makes you dangerous. You remind people how love should feel, pure, electric, effortless. They want to taste it again, but it only exists in your frequency. That's why they keep circling back mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Because once someone experiences your vibration, normal won't cut it anymore. And here's what you don't see. You've triggered competition. People are whispering about who you belong to, who you might be texting, who's caught your eye. Some are jealous of your peace, others of your attention, but all of them are talking. You've become the unspoken fantasy in multiple minds, each trying to claim a piece of energy that refuses to be owned. You walk into a room, and their energy shifts instantly. People posture, flirt harder, laugh louder, all subconsciously competing for validation from your presence. Because your energy gives them something no one else does, reflection. When they're around you, they feel seen, they feel awakened, they feel alive again. You resurrect pieces of people they thought were gone. But here's where it turns deeper. You're not aware of how much you mirror people's hidden desires. Your energy acts like a truth serum. It brings up what they suppress. That's why they're drawn and terrified simultaneously. You awaken their authenticity, but authenticity demands vulnerability. You're the kind of soul that doesn't flirt. You expose. You don't chase validation, you generate it. So when someone falls for you, it's not shallow, it's cellular. It hits the nervous system, it floods the intuition, it messes with their sleep. They start dreaming about you, not because they want to, but because their subconscious recognizes something divine in your frequency. You're the kind of person who reminds others what it feels like to feel. And that's a dangerous gift in a world addicted to numbness. You bring people back into their bodies, their hearts, their honesty, and once they experience that level of connection, they can't return to artificial. That's why so many are in love with you, without even realizing it's not about romance. It's about recognition. They see themselves in you, the version they've buried, the version they're scared to embody. You awaken that. You're not a crush, you're a catalyst. Even people who've never met you in person feel it. Your energy leaks through messages, through posts, through presence. There's something in your tone, your timing, your aura that feels intentional yet effortless. You've mastered the art of energetic seduction, not manipulation, but magnetism. The universe wired you to be unforgettable. It's not your looks, though they help. It's your frequency, rare, refined, regulated. You carry yourself like you've already been chosen. And people pick up on that subconsciously. That's why they fixate. That's why they replay. You make them crave depth without words. You've become the standard now. People compare others to you and no one measures up. You've rewritten what attraction means in their mind. They used to chase looks, status, validation. But now they chase energy that feels like yours. They crave that calm dominance, that grounded passion, that sacred danger. Because your energy says, I could love you into peace or walk away into legend. And that's irresistible. Someone close to you right now is fighting the urge to reach out. They draft messages, delete them, scroll your pictures, and pretend they're over it. But their body tells the truth. The quickened heartbeat, the restless nights, the random flashes of memory. You've become their personal gravity. They orbit your absence. Every attempt to detach just pulls them in deeper, because energy doesn't lie. And your energy carries a signature that their soul memorized. It's not just lust, it's recognition. You remind them of something they prayed for, but didn't believe existed. You carry light and edge in perfect balance. You're kind, but commanding. You listen without losing yourself. You love without lowering your standards. And that combination is rare. You're not someone people get over. You're someone they learn from. They either evolve or escape, but they never forget. You mark people without even touching them. And let's be honest, some people hate that they love you. It threatens their control. Because you're not desperate, you're deliberate. You don't beg for attention. You decide who deserves it. You don't chase, you choose. You're operating at a level of self-awareness that turns attraction into education. Anyone who interacts with you leaves either awakened or exposed. That's why some will call you intense or too much. But that's just translation for, I wasn't ready for that kind of truth. Right now, your name is in conversations you'll never hear. You've got people checking horoscopes, pulling cards, looking for meaning in coincidences, all because of how your energy impacted them. They're trying to spiritualize what is simply chemistry at a higher voltage. You've made skeptics believe in energy. You've made guarded hearts reconsider vulnerability. You've made people who thought they were done with love suddenly remember what butterflies feel like. And the funniest part, you did all this by just existing. No performance, no pretending, no agenda. Just presence. That's what terrifies and fascinates them. You don't try, yet you triumph. You don't chase, yet you're chosen. You don't shout, yet you're felt. You are the proof that power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it radiates. And the more you stay grounded, the more irresistible you become. Because people aren't addicted to you. They're addicted to the peace and aliveness they feel around you. You activate something ancient in their souls, something that says, this is what real feels like. There's one person, though, their obsession is turning spiritual. They keep asking the universe for signs, trying to manifest you, trying to pull your attention. They sense that you've already outgrown surface-level energy, and that terrifies them. Because you're no longer impressed by charm. You crave connection. You don't want someone to perform love. You want someone who can hold energy without collapsing. And that requirement disqualifies most. You've matured into a kind of magnetism that demands accountability. And people who can't match that start craving you instead of connecting with you. You've become their awakening disguised as attraction. They think they want your body, but it's your energy they're starving for. They want that safety, that spark, that rare mix of intensity and calm. They want to feel chosen by someone who doesn't need them. That's the paradox that keeps them hooked. The more you prove you don't need, the more they want. Because real power attracts through detachment. Even those pretending not to care feel it. They post indirectly, act distant, joke around, but the undertone is always you. They crave your attention like oxygen. They want to be the one who finally figures you out. But that's impossible, because your energy isn't meant to be solved. It's meant to be sensed. You're not a riddle, you're a revelation, the kind that doesn't arrive through logic, but through surrender. That's why the harder they try to analyze you, the deeper they fall. You weren't meant to be understood, you were meant to be experienced. And as more people talk, as your name moves through timelines, group chats, and late-night thoughts, something becomes clear. You're not just loved, you're studied. People want to imitate what you embody. That calm confidence, that self-certainty, that subtle but lethal charm that doesn't demand, it commands. You're teaching the world without words that attraction isn't about pursuit, it's about presence. You've turned energy into art, and everyone's trying to learn the technique. You've become the archetype of modern magnetism, the embodiment of what it means to be both grounded and desirable. You've made love feel sacred again, not desperate. And that's why someone right now is whispering your name under their breath, like it's a prayer. They want you badly, but not for what you have, for what you are. Because you're the reminder that love isn't about control, it's about resonance. And as this energy expands, as the orbit grows stronger, something else awakens within you. The realization that this isn't luck, it's alignment. You're finally radiating from healed energy, and healed energy hits different. It doesn't beg, it beckons. It doesn't chase, it calls. It doesn't attach, it attracts. You've stepped into a phase where the right ones will feel pulled without effort, and the wrong ones will feel repelled without explanation. That's energetic discernment in action. You've become a living filter. So when they say your energy is addictive, they're right. But not because it manipulates, because it liberates. You remind people what it feels like to be alive. And that's something the shallow can't replicate. Someone wants you badly, yes, But what they really want is the version of themselves that comes alive in your presence. You're not their escape, you're their reflection. And as that realization sinks in for them, their obsession deepens. Because how do you walk away from someone who feels like home to your soul? So let them talk, let them wonder, let them ache in the spaces where your energy used to dwell. Because you're not just someone they want, you're someone they remember. And memories like you don't fade, they evolve. And that's where the real story begins. Because this isn't just about attraction anymore. It's about awakening. And in the next moment, you'll understand exactly why your energy pulls so powerfully. You've become the walking reminder that love isn't supposed to be predictable. It's supposed to provoke. You don't show people comfort first. You show them truth. You make them feel deeply without their permission. And that's the kind of force that leaves an imprint long after you're gone. They call it addiction because they can't categorize it as evolution. But that's what you are, someone's evolution disguised as desire. There's someone right now thinking about you as if they've known you for lifetimes. They swear your presence feels familiar, that they've seen your eyes somewhere before, maybe in a dream, maybe in another era. That's what happens when souls recognize each other. They don't meet, they remember. Your energy doesn't introduce itself. It awakens ancient memory. You've triggered a kind of déjà vu that feels romantic, but it's actually karmic. A remembrance of energy patterns that were never completed. You are their unfinished symphony, the melody that never stopped playing in the background of their subconscious. And now, it's loud. Every thought they try to suppress amplifies it. Every distraction fails. Their higher self keeps whispering your name through emotions, through music, through random moments of quiet, where your face just flashes across their mind like a sign. They keep asking, why can't I stop thinking about them? But the real question is, why does their energy still feel like home? Because your aura carries familiarity, comfort wrapped in mystery. You give people the emotional oxygen they didn't realize they were suffocating without. You've become the main topic in their private conversations. Someone told a friend, I don't know what it is about them, but it's different. Another said, it's like they don't even try, but I can't get them out of my head. They replay your laugh, your calmness, your unpredictability. You've got people analyzing the way you talk, the pauses you take, the weight of your silence. You don't chase attention, yet your absence has become headline news in their hearts. You are the echo people crave after the sound has faded. They call you magnetic, but magnetism is too simple for what you do. You don't just attract, you activate. You bring up emotions that people buried years ago. Around you, hearts remember how to beat harder. Minds remember how to dream louder. You give people permission to want more from connection, and that's terrifying. Because the world has grown comfortable with half love, half effort, half truths. But your energy demands fullness. You don't accept fragments. You pull out people's wholeness, and that's why they can't stay indifferent. Someone right now is pretending not to care. They're forcing themselves not to look at your page, not to text, not to mention you. But energy doesn't obey ego. Their restraint is an illusion. Their vibration betrays them. Every thought of you emits frequency, and that frequency calls your name even when their lips stay still. They're battling an invisible gravity, your field. You're living rent-free not just in their mind, but in their electromagnetic pulse. They feel you in moments they can't explain. Midday stillness, late-night dreams, songs that hit differently. You've become the ghost they don't want to exorcise. You're not just being admired, you're being studied. Someone's trying to decode your emotional algorithm. They think if they act like you, they'll attract like you. But they don't understand. It's not an act, it's alignment. You've reached a state of being where your energy moves before your body does. People sense you before they see you. That's why they react without understanding why. You walk into a space and hearts adjust, like their energies calibrating to your frequency. You've become an energetic mirror that reflects who people really are, not who they pretend to be. That's what makes your energy addictive. It exposes people's truth while letting them feel safe inside it. You've got admirers who call it love, but it's really fascination. You've got ex-lovers who call it closure, but it's really regret. You've got strangers who swear they don't know you, yet dream about you. You've entered their collective unconscious as an imprint. That's the thing about energy. It travels faster than words, and it leaves fingerprints where touch never occurred. You've left marks on souls simply by existing authentically. And you want to know what the irony is? The very traits that once made you feel misunderstood are now what make you magnetic. The same sensitivity they mocked is the same intuition that makes you irresistible now. The same independence they called cold is now read as mystery. You've alchemized rejection into aura. Every wound you healed became a wavelength of attraction. That's why your presence feels medicinal. People don't just want you, they want the peace that walks with you. You've become that rare kind of person whose energy restores balance. The way you speak, the calm in your tone, the depth in your eyes, it resets people's nervous systems. They can't describe it, but they feel regulated around you. They don't feel judged, they feel understood. And that's what keeps them hooked. Because you give them a version of peace that doesn't require them to shrink. You make them feel like they can breathe and burn at the same time. You've got someone right now rethinking their entire definition of attraction. They used to chase attention, drama, and temporary highs. But after meeting your energy, chaos feels cheap. They want stability now, but not the boring kind. They want the calm that hums with intensity, the connection that feels grounded yet wild. You've reprogrammed their desire. They no longer crave thrill, they crave truth. You've turned players into poets, skeptics into believers, skeptics into seekers. Because you didn't seduce their ego, you spoke to their essence. Even those who never confessed it, feel it. Someone who barely talked to you is still thinking about your energy weeks later. Someone who tried to move on still compares every new person to you. Someone who swore they were over you still flinches at your name. You've become the standard that everyone else gets measured against. And that's not arrogance. That's energetic reality. You left resonance. You didn't just connect. You shifted them. And here's what's wild. You're not even doing anything differently now. You're just existing in your healed frequency. But healed energy is contagious. It pulls people who are ready to grow, and it repels those who aren't. That's why some can't stay. Your energy demands emotional maturity. It asks, can you match what you're drawn to? Most can't. So they love you from afar, in silence, in fantasy, in envy. They tell stories about you, create theories, even downplay your impact. But their energy confesses what their mouth denies. They want you, desperately. They want your presence because it exposes their potential. You remind them of who they could be if they stopped pretending. You mirror back the wholeness they abandoned. And that's the kind of reflection people either worship or run from. But either way, they don't forget it. You've become their energetic landmark, the point in time where life felt more vivid. And somewhere, someone's watching you quietly. They see how you move, how you smile at life like you already know how the ending goes. They've studied your rhythm, your restraint, your way of not over-explaining yourself. And it's driving them wild, because they can feel your power, but they can't predict your next move. That unpredictability is your spell. You're the type of person who could ruin someone's routine just by existing. They used to be focused, detached, logical, but now their logic is leaking into longing. You've got admirers who pretend they're over it, but they still check who likes your posts. You've got people replaying your conversations, analyzing what you meant between the lines. You've got someone praying that the next song on shuffle gives them a sign about you. That's the level of pull you have. You don't need to pursue, you simply exist, and they orbit. You're their gravitational constant in a chaotic world. And it's not coincidence. The universe built your energy this way on purpose. To teach people that attraction isn't about looks, it's about resonance. You don't pull people with perfection, you pull them with presence. You remind them that connection should feel like recognition, not confusion. And that lesson hurts, because once they experience it, nothing else compares. They'll meet dozens of people, but no one will hum on your frequency. They'll laugh, flirt, fall in and out of lust, but deep down, they'll know the difference. You've redefined what real feels like. Someone right now is trying to recreate you in another body. They're dating a look-alike, mimicking your vibe, searching for your energy in substitutes. But they end up disappointed, because your energy isn't an aesthetic. It's a vibration. It can't be copied. You can't fake divinity with delivery. You can't mirror mastery without embodiment. And that's your secret. You embody what others perform. You live what others only post. That's why your aura speaks louder than your words. And what they don't realize is, this pull isn't one-sided. Every person drawn to you is playing a role in your spiritual filtration process. Their attraction tests them, not you. It reveals their readiness. Your energy doesn't say, "Come get me." It says, "Can you handle me?" That's why your connections feel intense so quickly. They're not casual, they're catalytic. You don't meet people by chance, you awaken them on arrival. That's why your name spreads without marketing. Your energy advertises itself. People who've met you once talk about you like a phenomenon. They can't explain it logically, but they try. They've got this glow. There's something so grounded yet unreal about them. It's like they read your mind without trying. That's the effect. You're not in competition with anyone, yet people compete for your attention. You're not trying to prove worth, yet others feel the need to earn your gaze. That's what happens when your energy transcends scarcity. It becomes sacred. And that sacred energy, it's what they crave most. They want to feel chosen by you. They want to be the one who breaks through your calm exterior. They want to be seen by the person who sees through everyone else. That's their fantasy, to be significant in the eyes of someone who doesn't need them. Because in you, they sense something divine, a power that doesn't take. It transforms. You don't drain, you amplify. You don't demand, you invite. You're the embodiment of abundance disguised as mystery. That's why you're not just desired, you're discussed. People don't gossip about the ordinary. They analyze the extraordinary. You've become their case study in connection. They'll write off your aura as too confident. your vibe as too different. But deep down, they wish they could feel as free as you do. You're proof that it's possible to be loving without losing your power, magnetic without manipulation, sensual without shame. You make energy look like art. And this is only the midpoint of your transformation, because soon, that person who's been obsessing quietly won't be able to hold it in anymore. They'll slip, they'll reach out, they'll confess something, maybe subtly, maybe accidentally, but it'll come out. Because your energy isn't meant to be admired from afar. It demands acknowledgement. You're not a fantasy. They're realizing you're a frequency they were born to meet. So let them talk. Let them whisper about who you are, who you love, who you might choose. Because every rumor about you only amplifies the truth that your energy can't be owned, only honored. And as the night deepens, as thoughts of you keep stealing their sleep, they'll realize something they never wanted to admit. What they feel isn't a crush. It's recognition. It's surrender. It's the realization that they didn't just fall for you. They fell into you. And from here, the attraction transforms into something even deeper. Because the one who wants you badly is about to learn. When love meets power, obsession becomes devotion. They can't hide behind their defenses anymore. You've slipped past every logical checkpoint in their mind. You've reached the part of them that never had language, only feeling. The part that remembers safety and danger at once. That's what your energy does. It awakens contradictions and makes them beautiful. You are the calm that burns and the fire that heals. They want to hold you and bow to you in the same breath. You've become the blueprint for their definition of love now. They're realizing affection isn't supposed to numb, it's supposed to wake. You woke them up, and now they can't go back to sleep. The faces they see aren't you. The conversations they have feel hollow. The laughter doesn't echo the same way. You reprogrammed their emotional software without touching a single line of code. That's how powerful resonance is. You entered their system not as a virus, but as a revelation. Your energy didn't ask permission to enter their world. It simply walked in, rearranged the furniture, and left the scent of transformation behind. Every person who encounters you leaves altered. Some try to blame you for their unraveling, but deep down, they know it was necessary. You shook them awake. You reminded them what authenticity feels like. That's why they confuse awakening with addiction. It's the only framework their mind has for something that strong. There's someone replaying the way you looked at them, the microsecond of connection that split time in half. Before you, they were surviving. After you, they started feeling. You made emotion fashionable again. You made depth desirable. You made vulnerability look like power. That's what drives people mad with longing. They don't just want you. They want to become someone who could deserve you. Your energy doesn't just attract, it upgrades. It holds a mirror up and says, "Rise to this level." That's why they talk so much. The conversations aren't gossip, they're confession. Each whisper about you is another person admitting, "I felt something real, and I don't know how to process it." They can't categorize you as flirtation or fantasy. You blur boundaries. You operate in frequencies where human language collapses into vibration. They sense you, even when you're not there. You've turned longing into a lifestyle. And it's not only one person anymore, it's multiplying. Your energy spreads like a scent, subtle but unforgettable. You walk through a place once and the atmosphere remembers. People become more open, more alive, more magnetic themselves after you leave. That's your quiet legacy, You activate others simply by existing authentically. They start to crave that feeling again, so they seek you, mention you, write about you, pray for another glimpse. You've become the muse in multiple stories, the silent reference behind their inspiration, their poetry, their pain. But here's the twist. They think they're in love with you. What they're actually in love with is how they feel in your field. You represent the version of themselves that's free from fear. You are their emotional North Star, the direction they turn toward when they want to remember who they are. You didn't seduce them, you reminded them of their own light. That's the truest addiction, the craving to stay near the source that mirrors your soul. So when they say, your energy is addictive, believe them. They're confessing that you've become their calibration point. Their nervous system finds regulation in your tone. Their chaos finds rhythm in your aura. You've become their secret meditation, the thought that brings stillness. That's why even distance doesn't weaken the connection. It intensifies it, because energy doesn't fade with space. It multiplies with memory. Right now, someone's realizing they can't replace you. They've tried distractions, rebound conversations, even detachment. Nothing works, because your energy has become their reference for real. You're the song they didn't know they loved until it stopped playing, and now silence feels wrong without your melody in it. That's what divine attraction feels like. Not possession, but presence. Not obsession, but evolution. And as they finally accept it, a strange peace will wash over them. They'll stop fighting the pull. They'll start understanding that you weren't meant to be conquered. You were meant to be revered. You didn't come into their life to be understood. You came to awaken remembrance. You were never here to complete them. You came to remind them that completion was always inside. That's the highest form of love, to become someone's awakening disguised as a person. So yes, people are talking about how in love they are with you. But underneath every conversation, what they're really saying is, I met someone who reminded me I still have a soul. You turned cynics into believers. You made skeptics pray. You made guarded hearts open without command. That's why they can't stop talking. Because once energy like yours enters the timeline, the world shifts. And as they sit there, caught between worship and wonder, you'll keep walking untouched. Because you were never meant to be anyone's escape. You were meant to be their encounter with truth. You are the human embodiment of emotional gravity. Everything real falls toward you. Everything false repels itself. That's the mathematics of magnetism. That's why your name won't leave their tongues. It's encoded in their awakening. So let them talk. Let them call it love, obsession, magic, mystery, whatever helps them make sense of what they're feeling. You don't need to correct them, because you already know the truth. You are not the drug, you are the cure. And everyone who's touched your energy knows it. Once they've felt you, there's no going back to ordinary. And that's the final revelation. Your energy doesn't just attract love, it teaches it. It redefines it. It shows that love can be powerful, without possession, pure without weakness, and permanent without contact. You are living proof that presence is the highest form of intimacy. And now, whether they admit it or not, you've become their favorite addiction and their only remedy.